Hello, my dear listeners, students. Myself, Dr. B.S. Misra. Welcome to all of you at the part of knowledge as well as BSM classes. Today, I will explain to you human resource development. This one is the part one. Part one explains the development procedure of the human resources in the establishment. Now, we start to the concept and definitions, how we define, how we analyze to human resource development. As we know about the human resource, which is the main important resources of the organization, and the development procedure means optimum utilization optimum utilization of human resources by the system of industrial administration. Means this one is the system or a set of planned activities designed by appropriate authority or apex authority of the organization, those who provide to the categorization a limitation of members responsibility according to their skill, according to current requirement, according to the future demand. So under this procedure we categorize a system, and system establish uniformity in the industrial administration according to the potential of the employees, according to the requirement, according to the environmental situation. So HRD establish a framework as per the implies skill, knowledge, and ability, means the potential of ability, potential of implies. So this one is the a program which focus on integrating long-term plan, short-term plan on the behalf of our procedure of the strategic formulation for organizational requirement to the changes, to the required changes, with reference of human resource. Means human resource means those people who have the responsibility, means job seeker, and to ensure their efficiency, their effectivity. Degree of efficiency means the potential, effectivity means the accountability. Resources of human resource है ना? Available in the organization. So this one is a systematic elaboration utilization of the implies. Now, how we establish a a uniform of the implies, of the implies, means implies motivate by the establishment of uniform career development, better career growth. This one is the motivating factor, and this establish a consistency of implies in implies activities. So this one is the ongoing process under which individual progress based imply change himself according to the requirement and develop himself, maximize their potential, their skill, their abilities for the achievement, for the maximization of the skill exposure efficiency. Secondly, Career development, a process of choosing the career improving skill. According to this one is the established according to the interest, according to the skill. Basic things are skill and interest. If either you have a skill, then you are interested, the work you better. If you have degree of sensitivity and consistency regarding to the particular things, then you perform better, you try to perform better, because degree of consciousness, consistency, moral and motivating factor, inner motivating factor established in yourself for the maximization of the result, for the maximization of the potential. So be discussing a career path for the development as the establishment procedure. This establishment procedure is known as the career development planning, or we can say the career management. So career development planning refers to the self assessment, self positivity, analysis of the self negative factor, self negative personality traits, attributes, attitudes, potential, efficiency, different types of things which is required to fulfillment of your interest. And these skills are utilization, adjustment of the utilization procedure is career development. You choose that particular area which is the fruitful according to your experience, according to your interest, and job search your job according to your potential, skill, knowledge, intelligence based, according to your ability, efficiency and skill based, according to your attributes, attitudes and the potential means imply personalities. So there are three factors. Number one, inner conscious. Number two, establishment, maximum progress established by the skills. Number two, the skill based. Or number three is known as the environmental. Whatsoever required to change, those things who made the dimensions change. So next one is educational and abilities. Means the education means degree of education, level of education, means the expansion of intelligence quotient, means the power of interest of number one, and the learning capacity number two. These two things are established to the ability, skill, knowledge and the learning capacity. These things are established to the abilities, and according to these ability you establish your goal setting whatsoever you required for the future development. Means you prove yourself and expand yourself and maximize your qualities and characteristics for the establishment. Now next, the exploration. And this state you explore yourself, and how we establish a trend particular in the particular is responsibility under the uniform of the job design. So development means individual development, means individual capacity development, increase your individual capacity for the valuable future, valuable image, valuable personality. So the maximum utilization of the training session and expansion of skill efficiency under the potential development course, under the confidence development course, under the consciousness development course, under the expertization. This one is the management phenomena according to the intelligence, learning capacity, consciousness, adaptations under the senior, junior, and with the administrative system. So, if you are processing under uniformity, then organization also establish a developing phase and make a change from present situation, from traditional situation to the modern situation. This establishment, this successful establishment is completed by individual contribution of employees, by the employees' performance, by the employees' consistency, by the employees' cooperation, coordination, and the assistance to the administration. So, this one is the improvement process of improvement, and this improvement establish a socio behavior sensitive cooperation and coordination phenomenon. This process is known as the a practice based ongoing systematic process, means administration of implementation in industrial administration who have the sole responsibility in the power of implementation, and these procedures which is implement effectively for the organizational change, for the organizational modernization, for the improvement of individual skill and capacity of employees, for the maximization of the economic of organization and individual employees, for the value expansion, image expansion of the organization, for the product and image and brand image of the organization. These are the collaboration with the possible with the collaboration, with the systematic process, with a better implementation, with absolute consciousness of involvement with senior, junior, employees, and administration, employers, both are. There are two manners. Number one, focuses areas. Number one, macro level. Number two, micro level. Macro level shows the long-term phenomena, and macro level established to the present, current correction, current involvement for the value productions, value processing के procedures में इस establishment को हम change करते हैं. Means be the change of the system of administration by the requirement, present requirement, and future establishments, and change, find out the correction, negativities to the whatsoever happens. So HRD play as a change agent. You know that HRD play as a change agent. So if we establish which types of the functions, means a style which establish a new vision, change the mission, change the value of organization, value of image of the organization, which decide to the leadership phenomena. Secondly, socio-behavioral phenomena, which establish in the organization to cooperation and coordination by the change-based development. Next one is the establish a potential improvement of employees, potential improvement of the administrative system, potential improvement of the implementative system, means the employees training, skill development, and their development whatsoever required in the organization. And secondary, a dream of the implies career development, implies capacity development, whatsoever required, removing of the negativities, improving of the positivities according to the organizational system. Secondary, HRM organizational system establish analysis of individual job requirements, and according to the information of requirement, job design administration, job designed by the analysis, by the expertization, by the better result, by the set of target goals. So these things are required. Implies performance management, primarily be distribute, designed according to the value of person, according to the value of employee, implies expertization, then appraise their performance, appraise their accountability, appraise their value, appraise their the better feedback, and collect to the information gathering system, whatsoever going on, what is the potential of employees, what is the quality of work life, what is the rate of productivity, what is the performance gap, what is the understanding in the communication when the supervisor and subordinates, negativities and positivities, both things be analyzed for the in the sake of organization, in the sake of the employees, in the sake of the employees career development, in the sake of the employees career path development. So these things are the primary function of the HRM, the human resource management established here, like that the planning, distribution of the equal opportunity chance, classification of the opportunity stuffing, whatsoever known as stuffing opportunity according to the level of the potential, and after that the decide the level of compensation and the relation between the industrial administration and यूनियंस, जो इंडस्ट्रियल रिलेशन के सिस्टम में हम डिस्कस करते हैं. सेकेंडरी, we establish health, safety and security related provision, and also establish human resource development procedures. So relationship between HRM and HRD is compares the management is many function, operative and managerial function, and human resource having the number of focuses we discuss later on in next slide. But relation between these things, we establish a function, as we know, managerial function and operative function, both to measure, and some basic function we discussed, like the justified analysis of individual potential of employees, newcomer employees, and the experienced employees, both on the behalf of the establishment, recruitment and selection. This one maximize the employees motivation also, because they get an opportunity according to their interest, their specialization, their skill, yeah, their efficiency based. This one is the moral. Secondary, culture if the suitable for their status of mind, then this one is the improve the moral and motivation of the employees. After these two things, if relation between senior, subordinate, and among the employees, among the participants, among the system, then this one is also the plus point of maximization of the interest, production, and the relation. This one is the developmentary phenomena. So human resource development is just of the function which establishes the procedures and understanding and forecast to the maximization of things, and those things also which is creating errors, barriers, and minimize potential image value of employees. So emergence means organizational requirement based employees capacity development. We have n number of employees. Among them, one of them having much more expertization in this area of sales, in the area of establishment, in the area of my better balance sheet formulation, in the area of licensing manager, in the area of HR manager, in the area of industrial administration, in the area of the research. The area of differentiation based area of interest. This one is the potential development in their own areas, and also find out the negativities of individual persons. Remove these things which create the barriers, which produce the error, which produce the performance gap, which creates the negativities. They also individual based, assessment based, supervisor assessment based, and the administrative assessment based, feedback based. Be remove completely negativity and improves positivities. This one is, if applicable in the group, in the team, 9.9 series, whatsoever decided by the 1.1 to 9.2 managerial grid. So this one is the capacity development procedures and the better environment for the employees development. If individual person establish these things of analysis, implementation, and the progress procedures, then this one is the self improvement. And if this one is the implemented by the assessment of the administrative system and improvement and removing of the negativities to the positive and negative procedures of the employees, so is one is the departmental work and go in the procedure of the industrial administration. So I think this one is not the complete, but this one is the part 1, and part 2 is coming soon. I think you better understand. If any doubts, any question, then you respond me and wait and proceed to those things. Okay, have a nice day. Thanks to all of you, all of my